To close the chapter on setup and master data, I would now like to talk about budgets. At the beginning, I would like to pass on some general information again. Cost budgets are generally created according to cost types. In addition, they can also be broken down according to cost center and cost object. You can copy cost budgets from other cost budgets or into other cost budgets, from a financial budget or into a financial budget. This means that we have extensive options for budgeting in either financial accounting or cost accounting, and then copying the values from one another. In addition, budgets can be exported to Excel or imported from Excel. How does it look in Business Central? I can find the cost budgets under the menu item Cost Accounting and Cost Budgets. A cost budget with the name default has already been created here. If I now want to create an additional cost budget, I click on the New action and create a cost budget, for example, for the year 2021. How does the processing of such a budget look like? I click on the name and the matrix window opens where I can enter the cost budget values. Before you start entering values here, you should make a few settings on the General tab. I can filter here by cost center or cost object. For example, if I want to do my budgeting for the administration cost center, I enter this value as a filter. All values that are then entered then correspond to this cost center. It is also important to change the View By field here. Here I can set the basis on which I want to do budget, on a daily, weekly, monthly, quarterly or annual basis, or on the basis of accounting periods. For my example, I choose month here. In the View As field, you can choose balance at date or net change. I choose net change here. You can also set the rounding factor, but I won't do that for my example because it can lead to confusing display. If I now collapse the General tab and scroll down, I can see I have the period of January 2022 here. But I would like to budget for the year 2021, and therefore I click on Previous column to switch to the correct period. Before you can start entering, either a cost center filter or a cost object filter must be entered. So in my case, I have the administration cost center filter. Now I can start typing. For example, 10,000 for January and 12,000 for February. Just like in financial accounting, I can still change values here at any time. For example, 11,000. And when I click the Assist Edit button, I see the details. You can see here that the original value is not simply overwritten, but the difference is always added as a new line. I can also provide a description here. For example, corrections due to objections from Mr. Miller. So this is the first step in how I can create a budget in cost accounting. The second option is to copy a budget. There are different ways. I choose Actions, Function, and see here copying a cost budget to a cost budget, copying a financial budget to a cost budget, or also copying a cost budget into a financial budget. The first thing I do is choose Copy Financial Budget to Cost Budget option. I get a request window here and have a few things to fill out here. First, I give my budget name. I want to copy it to my 2021 cost budget. Next, I specify the range of cost type numbers that I want to copy. Here I select the first cost type and would like to copy down to the last cost type. So I just type 9999 and then all cost types are included. As a cost center, I choose a cost center that also exists in financial accounting, for example, administration. I can also fill in the date change formula field. What does that mean? For example, if I have a budget for 2020 in financial accounting, Then I can enter formula 1 year here at date change. Then every booking from 2020 would be postponed exactly 1 year to 2021. But I don't need that for my example. Let's scroll down a little now. I still have to specify which budget name I want to copy. In my case, I want to copy the 2021 financial accounting budget. It is also very important to specify a date range here, namely the year 2021. I now click on OK, and the batch job for transferring my entries starts. I can now see that 953 entries have been generated and no entries have been skipped. When I now scroll down, for example, to the cost type 8995, I see that corresponding entries have been created. I can also look at the relevant details here by clicking on the Assist Edit button. So that was one way of copying. The second possibility that I would like to show is to copy a cost budget into a cost budget. For this, I open again the cost budget list. Let's imagine I have created a cost budget for the year 2021 and now want to budget on various bases. I have my basic budget here and I now want to create a best case or worst case budget. For this, I am creating a new budget and calling it 2021 BC for best case. I open this budget and see that there are no values here. But with Actions function, I can copy a cost budget to a cost budget. It is important to specify the budget 2021 BC under the heading Copy to. In the cost types, I enter all cost types again. I choose the Administration Cost Center again. Here we find a new field, namely Amount Multiplication Factor. 1 is entered here as the default value. This means that the amounts would be copied 1-to-1, but I now assume that in the best case, the amounts are 20% higher, so I enter 1.20 here. It is now important to enter the budget name that you want to copy below. I enter my 2021 budget here. To be on the safe side, I also enter a date filter for the year 2021 here. And then I click OK. So I open the budget again. I now have to change a few options on the General tab. And then I look into my budget. So if I scroll down again here, I can find the new amounts here. Now we come to the last example. I can also export this budget to Excel. For this, I choose Actions, Functions, and Export to Excel. I choose January 1st, 2021, a start date, and 12 for the number of periods. The period length is 1 month. When I click OK, an Excel file is created and I can open it. I can now easily enter my various values here, save the file, and use the Import from Excel function to import the values into Business Central. So we have now learned how to create a budget and which copy and convenience functions this budget offers.